Hi, it's Tracy. I'm in my downtown San Francisco psychotherapy office. This is another video post for Psyched in San Francisco. Hey, I was just walking here to work this morning and I already had something in my mind that I wanted to talk to you about. And I had to chuckle because I walked past the San Francisco Moma and the Cindy Sherman Photography Exhibit is on right now. And all of her wacky self portraits are displayed all over the city, really, to get people to come to her exhibit. And it made me laugh. And perhaps cry inside on some level. But what I was aware of was here's the same person in all of these different poses, and she looks like a fundamentally different person. And for me, it really hit home how oftentimes when clients come into psychotherapy, they're really suffering. But in addition to wanting to not feel the discomfort that they're feeling, they also have this drive to fix themselves. And sometimes they're wanting to set themselves up into a Cindy Sherman portrait and try to be more of who this person is that they think that they should be. And in some forms of therapy, therapy actually gets used to do that, to make that person like a slice of American cheese. Can I say that? This orange colored, plasticky, kind of boring tasting, cellophane wrapped, cookie cutter thing, product. And that sometimes this desire to take these problematic behaviors and just fix them and change them and control them, in essence, um, robs, robs, that's a strong word, um, maybe doesn't address the entire issue, which is, you know, what is this set of circumstances that you found yourself in pointing you in the direction of? How is it illuminating some aspects of yourself that maybe you've tucked away and learned to for a long time in order to stay in relationship? So I guess I'm outing my philosophy on therapy. I fundamentally believe we start shutting off our experience because relationships start telling us that we have to in order to be close, including that we have to be perfect in some way in order to be close in relationship. And I'll just say that what I love about San Francisco is that there is this gritty determinism for a lot of people in this city to be authentic. I'm not saying that it's across the board, but I have a good chuckle every day walking down the street, um, literally every day, because I run across people who truly inspire me in their willingness and courage to be an authentic individual. And so in my job as a psychotherapist, absolutely, I get that people are in crisis and there are tools that people need to learn when they're in crisis. And that there's also a phase in that when people come in and say, hey, there's these things that I need to work on and fix about myself, that part of that process is also going, really? Okay, well, so what's the self that you're trying to become? And is there a way that you could be a little bit more open to your experience and not have to have yourself be so defined that you get to be different all the time? What I find is that these really funky, problematic behaviors that people come into therapy wanting to eradicate naturally when they actually learn to have their full lived experience, meaning that they don't turn away from pain, they don't turn away from discomfort. In American culture, we're sold that we should feel good all the time. And it's a real disservice because what we have to do to feel good all the time is shut down large pieces of ourselves that then, frankly, um, really dislocate us from our authenticity. And our authenticity is changing in every moment. I mean, our self isn't static. So, to really grasp and feel true joy, one has to also be willing to grasp and feel true pain. They go hand in hand. And to be able to fully embrace those and embody our lived experience in our physical bodies, funky behaviors begin to go away as we learn to grow those capacities to really have experiences, have emotions, have feelings. And Therapy can help you learn how to have those experiences and be in relationship and have empathy for other people's experiences. Some other bloggers that you've seen on the site in San Francisco site, Tom Rhodes talks about, well, what is the self anyway, which can be a huge relief. It frees up a ton of space for you to have your lived experience. And Allie Miller is going to talk a lot about nonviolent communication, how to actually be in relationship, communicating from this sense of authenticity for oneself and acceptance of somebody else's authenticity who may be very different than us. So, I guess I'll just end this blog by saying that I am such a fan of you and your authenticity, and I hope that even if there's some funky behaviors you're doing, that you're very kind to yourself about it, because I think your authenticity and my authenticity are great, and I think this city is great. So, yeah, I'm effusive today with loving San Francisco. I hope you can take that in. I'm going to sign off for today. Next Thursday, you can check out Allie Miller's blog and keep coming back. There's going to be a couple new exciting things happening on sites in San Francisco. Talk to you soon.